Well, hello all. Well, outside it's raining, windy, and cold, so we'll have to do the video inside the studio today. This is going to be kind of an interesting subject. It's one that isn't talked about at all and has just been discovered now. CO2 and CH4 are in glacier meltwater, a new study finds. And not only that, but the saturation are at over 100% for CH4, or methane. So much methane is pouring out of glacier meltwater they are discovering. But that's not the only thing that's coming out of the glacier meltwater. It's a known source for CO2. So we're getting methane and CO2, this new study finds, out of meltwater. These emissions are not counted in the global climate model, at least not yet. CH4 and CO2 concentrations were higher than the surrounding snowpack and surrounding ice itself. The meltwater had it all in there. So what's happening is that we are seeing multi-year ice that is built up with both these CH4 and CO2 and precipitating out into the water. Now the question is, what happens to it after that? Well, it does look like it sublimes into the atmosphere after a while of being in the water, going over ripples and all. And the big question is this another feedback loop that's starting? So I wanted to see what the CO2 count was for this date, December 25th, 2020. It was 414.81 parts per million. December 25th, 2021, this year, it's 417.44 parts per million. That's a 0.63% increase, or a 2.63 parts per million increase in just 1 year. So more and more of these feedback loops are going to be discovered as time goes on, where we didn't think we should look, or needed to look, because all of the contributing CO2 and CH4 is causing a horrible greenhouse effect here on planet Earth. Until we get control of our own emissions, can we even think of trying to control the environmental emissions that are going on, both in the glaciers and in the North Pole and in parts of the South Pole are now beginning to leak both methane and CO2. These feedback loops aren't going to stop, so we're going to have to stop putting out these chemicals to counteract the natural ones. Alright, well, what's your thoughts on this? You guys always have some pretty good thoughts on the subjects. I like your ups and your downs and your new subscribers, and definitely your comments on the comment section, which is part of the video. You guys get to participate and add to it, as so many do, and I do appreciate that. And until next time.